our spirit? What is it? Where does it go? Are we able to see them using our mind's eye? If so, just what can spirit teach us? Welcome to School Through Spirit. Host DeEtte Renee is a certified psychic medium and master teacher of psychic and mediumship development through LWISSD. DeEtte was born knowing spirit and now is here to help you better understand the spirit world. And now your host, DeEtte Renee.
Good Monday morning, everybody. This is DeEtte here on School Through Spirit on the Edge Network. On the Edge Network, Monday mornings we go live just to help enlighten a little bit of lives through words from Spirit using Neale Donald Walsch. Why? Because I love Neale Donald Walsch. I do. Hopefully everybody had a very, very Merry Christmas. I look like I'm still being merry because the hair is not dried yet today, guys. So we're doing all natural, a little bit of wave going on here. Life goes on. I'm still not on Facebook for anybody that's watching on the YouTube channel or the other network or social medias. Good morning, Tim. Or anything else. If anybody out there in this land can hear me, if you know how to get back into Facebook, let me know. I've been granted permission, but I don't have the two-factor authentication app. So it won't let me in. So anybody that knows how to do that, please let me know. We have Neale Donald that we're going to be using today as always my go-to. And then our cards are The Ancient Stones Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. There we go. Gorgeous. We are donning. Let's don some red glasses today. Not sure how much we're reading today, but let's get these babies on. Let's get going here. Okay. Oh my gosh, it is a little bit to read. It is. So it says self-denial is self-destruction. You love that? Oh my gosh. So much. It says the essential truth. Feeling good is the soul's way of shouting, this is who I am. Do what feels good is the road to heaven. I tell you this, no kind of evolution ever took place through denial. If you are too evolved, it will not be because you've been able to successfully deny yourself the things that you know feel good, but because you granted yourself those pleasures and found something even greater. Spirituality invites you to toss away the thoughts of others and come up with your own. Feeling good is your way to telling yourself that your last thought was truth, that your last word was wisdom, that your last action was love. Self-denial is self-destruction. Yet also know that self-regulation is not self-denial. Regulating one's behavior is an active choice to do or not to do something based on one's decision regarding who they are. If you're a person who respects the rights of others, then a decision not to cause hurt or disadvantage to another is hardly self-denial. It is self-declaration. That is why it is said that the measure of how far one has evolved is what makes one feel good. So grant yourself permission to have all that life has to offer. Now, that's a lot. So and it's very strange because, as we all know, when I talk about this over the last week, I've been living this. Which is kind of looking at who you are and explain to other people who you are is okay. That you don't have to worry about, the gates of hell coming up for and grabbing you. So many people want to pass judgment on other people for what they are doing because it's based on social standards. Now, we have a lot of, we do. We have a ton of social standards. Why? Because a lot of times, just like, the good words back in the day, when something comes through as, say, the law, we don't do this, we don't do that. Why? Because it's a law, but it's based on a social standard is what it's based on. If we felt it was socially correct to kill people, we would be killing people. Just saying. But by social standards, we are not allowed to do certain things. Why? Because morally they feel they are wrong. Now, we as a society take that and run with it. we take things like that and we run with it. Why? Because we feel like we inject our own social standard into what the norm is. Now, have you ever been around that person that just really downplays other people? Really just kind of, they drank last night, or can you believe what they did last week? Or I can't believe I can't believe they did this. You know, that person has taken stuff and trying to put their crap on somebody else is what they're doing. That's above and beyond. Now, I think I've kind of gone way to the left here, but I see a lot of it. What I keep seeing in my head is Walmart. And you all seen those videos of what people wear at Walmart. Okay. And yes, I like Walmart. For all those people out there that go, ugh, I do like Walmart. But I was at Walmart was it last week? I don't know. And I had to giggle. I laughed because there was this lady, happy as a lark, walking around the store. I mean, quite frantically, because she was searching for something. And she had her phone to her ear, and she was talking into her phone, trying to discuss what she was trying to find. And she had sleeping pants on that were very old and worn out, but you could tell they're probably her favorite pants, and she was not getting rid of these things. And they happened to be about 3.5 inches too short on her, which is fine. They were white with polka dots, different colored polka dots. And she had some sort of a sweater or sweatshirt that was a little bit high rise, but they didn't meet each other. And at the bottom of her feet were big old chunky, cloggy slippers, animal slippers. Her hair was a messy bun. And I smiled because she was so happy. She was happy in herself. She was happy in her decisions. She was living her truth. Everybody says, everybody picks on, say, Walmart because they don't show up in the way that socially is correct. People show up as they are. And I think that's pretty awesome because Walmart was originally an American-made store. That's what it was supposed to be. And for myself to see people walk into a store that is, they're showing up how they are, they're showing up in their truth. Why should we judge them for that? Why? Because they're being themselves. You also find people that look at others because they drink too much or they do drugs as being somebody that just we look down upon them. We look down upon them and we go, oh my gosh, we can't do this. We can't do that. That it's socially incorrect. Now, it does say here to have regulation. It does. But it doesn't mean because you're a drug addict or whether you're currently or past tense or an alcoholic current or past tense. It doesn't mean that you're doing wrong and that you're not getting someplace because you're doing something. That ends up being a big falsehood. Now, there's an amazing book out there called The Afterlife of Billy Fingers. The Afterlife of Billy Fingers. Hopefully I got it correct this time. And I've brought the book up a few times. It's about a guy that really ran around and he drank and he drugged and he had sex all the time. And he was living what he felt was his best life. And it was what he felt. Now, did family members judge him? Oh, yeah, they judged him horribly. And did people? Oh, they judged this man horribly. Judged him because by social standards, he was doing everything you're not supposed to do. You're not supposed to be drinking. You're not supposed to be drugging. You're not supposed to be running the continent, doing whatever. And you're not supposed to be just living a vagrant life by social standards. Because socially, we are told to get a job, to work 40 to 60 hours a week, to try to make over $100,000. The list just goes on. And this guy did not do any of that. This guy lived what he felt was his truth and what he felt was the best for him. And every day he felt great, maybe hungover, but he felt great about his life. He was having fun. Now, when he passed away, a lot of people, and I'm sure more than I care to admit, Looked at him like, oh, that poor soul. It was like a wasted life, just a wasted life. And it was quite the opposite. Because he was able to come back and channel through his sister what heaven was like. And that his life had so much meaning, more than probably a lot of people do. Why? Because he did what felt good to him. He did what his soul said was okay to do. He wasn't harming anybody else. He wasn't killing people. He wasn't, he wasn't doing anything to anybody else. He was only living his best life for him. Now, did people get hurt? Yeah, because they had self-judgment, because they didn't maybe want to socialize with him, or they didn't want to have him around because of who he was. Now, the only reason those people were hurt is because they had their own judgments, because they had their own way of looking at somebody and going, yep, not so much, not so much. But he truly was living his best life for himself, and his soul advanced because of it. When he got to the other side, his soul was able to level up. It was able to go up in standards, go up in evolution. Why? Because he lived this life for him. Now, so often we don't do that. We don't. We deny who we are all the time. I teach psychic mediumship development. It's probably one of the greatest joys I have. And I love teaching beginners. And there's not a level I don't love teaching. I love teaching beginners because they come to me and they're scared. They're interested, but they're scared. They don't know what to do, how to do it, and they're scared. They want to. But so often they tell me, oh, I didn't tell anybody I was here. Or I told somebody I was going to something else. I couldn't dare tell my family this is what I was doing. Whatever it might be that they're saying to me. But rarely do I hear, oh my gosh, I told everybody and I got full support from the whole clan to show up and do this. And they doubt themselves. They doubt themselves like they can't do this. They can't do what I do. But it's amazing because as we go through a class, I see people go from doubting themselves to embracing who they are. Just embracing. And when they embrace, it's mind-blowing to see what they're able to do. And I have to do a continuous pat on the back. And I don't mind it. It's joyful to go, oh my gosh, yes, you're getting it. And with the pat on, it's not because they're learning to be psychic or they're learning to be a medium. That's not at all. Because rarely do I teach and have somebody go all the way through the end, and that's what they're going to do because they find themselves in their own life and they allow themselves to be themselves. But what I do find is as I'm patting them on the back, I'm patting them on the back because they are allowing themselves to be themselves. They're allowing themselves to be able to flourish and walk in their own shoes as who they truly are. They're not looking at themselves and saying, oh my gosh, I can no longer do this because my family says I shouldn't, or society says I shouldn't, or my church says, oh my gosh, you shouldn't do this. They're recognizing that this is who they are. They're recognizing that these abilities are senses they've always had, that they denied because somebody else said, you'll go to hell. And I ask them, God, how'd that feel to you? How did that feel to you to be able to get that information? And they're like, oh my gosh, it felt so amazing. It felt so right. Those are the key words. It felt amazing. It felt right. Because it was right for them. It was amazing for them. It didn't spook them. It's something that their soul is eager to do and wants to do. And they jump on the fact to do that. Now that goes along with anything, whether it be, writing a book, becoming a psychic medium, wanting to sing, and you have no vocal, no tone. It doesn't really matter because it's what is right for you. It's knowing that you can show up and saying, oh my gosh, this feels amazing, and I'm going to do more of it. So many people want, and we're going to keep going back to that social standard because so many people will find those things that they love, and then somebody else passes judgment on it, and they stop. They just stop. And I see that so often where somebody else stops, and I go, why? Well, my dad didn't know I was doing this. My mom didn't know I was doing this. My family doesn't look right on it. You know what? It's a million reasons, but none of them are, my soul told me this was wrong. None of them are that. None of them are, I felt it was wrong. It's always somebody else did. Now I want everybody to go back to their teenagehood, those years that you went, yep, I'm going to rebel against the world because what I feel is right is right. And your parents went, you don't know everything. You don't know everything. Now I'd like to take you back to that because as teenagers, as children, I think you know more. I mean, do you know how to balance a checkbook? Probably not. Do you know how to put a roof over your head? Probably not. But you do things based on what feels right. You make decisions based on what feels right to you. A lot of people will look at children 16 years old, tell them they don't know what love is. How can you be in love? You don't have enough life involved in you to even come close to knowing what love is. Wow. But what is love but a feeling? A feeling. Those are the ones that don't state what is or isn't right or wrong. They don't analyze it. They don't overthink it. They don't judge themselves for it. They just know what they're feeling, and that's all there is to it. Now, eventually, they're talked out of that feeling they're having so often, and it's crazy because I watch it. I watch it as adults will teach a child they don't know what love is and have them believing by the time they were 17 or 18, yeah, I didn't even know it was love. I didn't even know what love was. So I didn't know what it was. And that same child is going to go on to judge themselves and self-doubt what love is based on what their parents told them. And who's to say what they were feeling wasn't love? Who's to say what they were feeling was something they were supposed to deny themselves? Now, I'm not saying a teenager should be going off and having sex. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying just a general love, a general feeling of good within themselves. It may not be the same type of love that they have if they're in their 30s. It may not be as deep. But it is something that's still within them, an emotion that they have, that they should never deny themselves and should never be told is not what it is. Because so often we look to society that looked at Freud and other psychologists out there, or sociologists. And we go based on what they say is right or wrong. We go to those wonderful books to say, oh my gosh, how do I know how to do this? How do I know how to do that? We're going to go to this book that somebody wrote this book 100 years ago and decide what they say is truth, is a social norm. This also goes with looking in the mirror and knowing who you are. And that's a big one. That's a big one because so often, guys, we have what's called imposter syndrome. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that or not, but it's where you have greatness within you, and we all have it. But for some reason, we don't feel we can be that great. We don't feel we can be the person that we feel we are because we feel like we're being fake within it. And that's really sad. It's really sad because it dumbs down your greatness. It makes you doubt who you are. It makes you doubt at the core who you were always meant to be. Always meant to be. And it's very sad because you start to feel that amazingness about yourself. You look in the mirror and you're like, gosh, this is who I am. This is what I'm doing. And for a glimpse, a moment, you'll complete and utter peace and perfection within yourself because you know who you are. And then you go about your day. And as you go about your day, you start to doubt who you thought you were this morning. You start to reject who you are. And you go, wow, I don't know if I'm coming or going. And you start to regress. And that's not the way society is supposed to be. That's not how we're supposed to be as a person. My granddaughter asked me the other day, oh, brush your hair, honey. I'm working. My granddaughter asked me yesterday, or the day before, Nani, are you a celebrity? First I went, no. No, I'm not. And I was on the phone with a friend, and he went, I went, yes, honey, I am. But not the celebrity you think. She looked at me and I said, you have celebrities the whole world knows. All those movie stars and football stars and people of real greatness, you know, the Wayne Dyers and the Mother Teresa's and that. That's one level of celebrity. Because celebrity is just somebody that everybody knows. Now I said in my world of psychic mediumship and whatnot, I said, there are a lot of people know me. There are a lot of people know me. And to them, they may consider me a celebrity on some level because I'm very well known. And it made me stop and take notice of the words I was stating because I was able to look at myself and say, this is who I am. I need to embrace that because that feels good to me. It feels good to me to be known. It feels good to me to be able to help inspire somebody else. And it feels good to show up as a role model. That's what's amazing to me, is to be able to show up as a role model for others. And when I deny that to myself, I'm really denying my soul. I'm denying the growth of my soul. Because people don't realize that we're on this earth, and this earth is amazing. It's amazing. It's such a playground. Do we have ups and downs? Yes. Do we have hard times? Yes. Do we have to work through some stuff in our mind? Oh gosh, yes. But while we're here, we're evolving. We're continuously evolving our soul. And so often we want to stop and think, oh my gosh, my soul has nothing to do with this. I'm just a body walking. And that's such a shame that we are not told from youth that you are a soul having a human experience to evolve your soul. Now think of those words I said. This is a playground. This is. Think about when you send your kids to the playground and you pick one that's really good. It's got all the gadgets and the bars and the beams and the sleds and rock walls and swings, and it's got it all, and it's glorious. And you take your children there and you watch it the first day, And they're having a blast, but they're struggling. God, they're struggling. That rock wall, they can't even begin. They look at it, they're like, no, it's too much. And as soon as they get on it, but they only want you to push them a little bit. They don't go on the high slide, they go on the low one. But the more you take them there, the more experience they get. The more they venture out into more they're doing. And before you know, they're climbing that rock wall like there's no other. And they're swinging as high as they can swing. And they're on the zip line flying. And they're going, oh my gosh, the slides aren't tall enough. Because they evolved. They evolved. And within that, their soul evolved. Why? Why would you think a playground would help a soul? But because that first day they were scared. They were excited but scared, and they didn't think they could do it. But their soul said, this feels really good. Let's keep doing it. Let's do more. Let's push. And they kept pushing. And every time they did a little bit more, their soul went, yes, this is awesome. And as they grow up, as long as they keep that excitement, they will always push to do more. They will always push to evolve. Now, I'm not saying every person should learn to jump off an airplane or jump off a cliff. But when you do things to help evolve yourself, you help evolve yourself. You feel alive. Why? Because your soul says, oh my gosh, we're doing it right. And that's a great statement. When you feel alive, you're doing it right. People don't feel alive. People in general will wake up and they just do the everyday. They don't push themselves to that I feel alive segment. They don't go through the days seeking the I feel amazing about this. When was the last time you talked to somebody? You went, how was your day? And they went, oh my God, I felt so alive today. Everything was amazing. I do the same thing. I do the same thing. But as the New Year's approaches, and there's resolutions to be made, as everybody knows, I like to make those resolutions November 1st, and I didn't this year because I wasn't quite sure what it was that I wanted. But now I do. For this next year, my resolution is to learn to feel alive. Every moment of every day. To go, I woke up and went, yes. Everything I do throughout the day makes me feel like I'm saying yes to life. And I'm saying yes to growth. And I'm saying yes to feeling amazing. And knowing that my future is bright. Because I woke up and said yes. And I want you to stop self-denying yourself. Stop denying who you are. Stop denying what feels good. Start being yourself. You're going to find you're a lot more happy. And that's brilliant to be in that place. Guess with the alarm, we're going to say, we're going to end this chapter for today. And we're going to go on to our 5-card stud when we have a quick break. And we'll be back. If I can find it.
Can you harm yourself using energy medicine? The answer is yes. Gail Lynn, the creator of the Harmonic Egg products for commercial and home use, has been involved in the field of energy medicine for the past 15 years. In her experience, Gail has witnessed cases where people have faced negative consequences due to the improper use of energy medicine. Some individuals did not allow the sessions to integrate properly or exposed their bodies to beneficial energies for extended periods, leading to harmful effects. This can cause the body to go into a defense, flight, or fight mode, creating confusion within the body despite the positive protective nature of the energy. There is also the potential risk of hiring a wounded healer who may unintentionally hurt their clients. For those reasons and more, she is committed to educating people about the safe and appropriate use of energy medicine. For those interested in learning more, Gail provides videos, articles, and other resources at harmonicegg.com. Contact her directly at info@harmonicegg.com to find out about safe and effective energy healing products and services.
Are you ready to elevate your spiritual journey and embrace transformation? Our celestial guided pennants are powerful tools designed to support your spiritual growth. Infused with tensor technology and the energy of crystals, these pennants help you release what no longer serves you and opens the doors to new beginnings. Explore our angelic armor collection today at energiesofservice.com and find the pennant that resonates with you. Transform your journey. Embrace the power of angelic armor today.
Hey everybody, welcome back. This is School Through Spirit with DeEtte and Miss Adlin. No, hello.
My brother, which you saw last Monday. You saw him last Monday. He's not here today.
Where's he at?
He's working.
He's working.
He's going with my dad.
He's going with his dad. Awesome.
They're working at the shop.
Are they already gone? Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, our 5-card stud today is the Ancient Oracle, or the Angel Stones Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. He's got some. You want to hold that up for him? See? Awesome. Let me read the box now. It says, ancient stones hold the sacred energy of the earth. They are the portal to reach back in time to connect with the wisdom of the ancients and ancestors. Uncover lost wisdom with these powerful guardians and teachers and attune to their energy for healing, guidance, and protection. Ooh, sounds pretty awesome. That's comfy. This is one of those really cool boxes. Now, I learned, I should have learned better, that the design of her box, can you help me with that? Thank you. Actually is to help you with the reading. Oh no. Oh no. Did you get it? Oh my gosh, great job. Great job. So, this is her box. Watch.
Why didn't you unbox before we get the thing?
Because it's easier to show them that I'm just opening the cards for the full time. It's hard to do it over a child. But see this? This box, when you turn it over this way, is for a 3-card reading. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah.
So when you look in, look at, it's got words in there. It says, ancestors protect me. I love that. So literally, I'm going to show you really quick how this works a little bit.
I'll be right back. I have to go grab something.
Okay, you go grab something.
I'll be right back.
So when you open this, I'm just going to take the first 3 or 4 cards. You have your past and your present. And the future. But I thought that was a cool little design she had in there. So you actually use this. And there's more about this box and the design of it.
I'm back.
You brought a little body. No colored pictures. So it makes hard. And for the way I like to read cards, I like to look at the pictures and not so much about the wording. So for me, a book without colored pictures really makes it hard, because I don't necessarily want to just throw a whole deck in my purse. I want to just grab something simple. And that's how I use the books. I throw the book in my purse. I throw this in my purse. And if I have colored pictures, I can actually look at it and go, okay, what do I need today? And boom, I'll put up to a picture and see the picture. I don't have to look at the reading. I can just look at here. But again, black and white. To me, that just, I wish they would just mandate them. So pretty cool book. It's got a lot in here about, it's okay, about the cards, how to use them. That is not okay.
I'll be right back. I'm going down for a second.
So the book itself is pretty cool. Oh my gosh, she really breaks this down. Shuffle and connect, divide and spread, select your cards. I love that. Step 3, let the cards and the stones speak to you and through you. So, what is this about?
Actually, Dawson and Dad did not.
I don't think they did. So I think this is cool. This is cool. So I think this book has a lot more to offer than we think. Honey, he can't be there right now. So we're going to start this 5-card set. Oh my gosh, look at this. I don't know if you can see the pictures in the box. Oh, this box is lovely.
Can I see?
It's a set of hands in there.
Oh, yes.
And it says, ancestors guide me. I love that. So one says protect me. The other side says guide me. I love that. Oh my gosh, she's got words in the bottom of the book. On the very bottom is about Rebecca. Now, I will tell you what, I love how they did the box on this one. I love it. I love it. I love
She's
it.
flying out of
Adeline, that's not what we're doing. Sit back. Can you get on the arm, please?
I'm on the arm.
There you go. Now you're on the arm. Perfect. Perfect.
I don't like sitting on the arm of the chair.
Well, this chair is only so big.
And the box is so big.
And the box is so big. Okay. So we're going to have you pick some cards here. Girl, pick some cards and tell me what to read. Okay, so card number 1 is weather the storms. Let it change you. Embrace the unexpected. We don't need no book for this. We don't need no book for this. Oh my gosh, look at the gorgeous of that card. That card, she is literally walking into the water and there are storms around there. There is lightning. There's everything. Brimstone is going on. There's even a face. I don't know if you can see it in the clouds up there. Look at that face up there.
I'll see it.
Look at how gorgeous that is, guys. But she's embracing it. She's walking into it. This week, if you pick card number 1, it is about knowing that things are going to happen that you don't even know. You're not expecting it. Things this week are all about change. It's going to be about things in your life evolving, changing, moving around. And change can be really hard. We get that. It can be one of those things where we go, oh my gosh, I want nothing to do with change. That scares me. Hold on, please. When we're done, you can say whatever you want, okay? So, in this, if you pick card number 1, this is about change, but it's embracing the change. Don't be fearful of it. Don't go, oh my gosh, I can't do this, because that's not what it's about. It's about, yes, I can do this. Yes, I can move forward. Yes, I can make this happen. And this change is happening for a reason. So if you picked card number 1 today, guys, that is telling you straight up, yes, change is happening. It's all around you, but that's okay. Card number 2. Give me a card. Thank you. She gave me 2 cards. Which one is it supposed to be? The top one. This one? Okay, got it. So card number 2.
No, this is supposed to be blue.
Well, this is we're taking. The Wisdom Keeper. A new perspective, study and learning. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. This card, when we look at card number 2, I love this. Let's look at that picture a little bit better. Do you see her? She's embracing the stone. She's holding the stone. She's just loving that stone. She's getting information from that stone. And I love that. If you kept card number 2, I will tell you what, your life might be a little bit in a rut. Your life might be a little bit, oh my gosh, I don't know if, okay. I don't know if I'm coming or going. I don't know what's going on. And you're kind of looking at life in negative manners. And card number 2 is telling you to stop that. Sit back, take a deep breath, Eddie. Take a deep breath and go, okay, what is it that I am supposed to do? How am I supposed to be looking at this? Look at it from from somebody else's eyes into your eyes. And not judgmental, but seeing things for how it really is, seeing the perspective of it. Now, I always say there's no bad situation. Why? Because we're going to learn and grow from every single situation you're in. Okay? So this card is saying stop, take a step back, see where you're really at. I see it. See where you're really at. See the perspective of it. What? Okay, stop. I'm on this one. So sit back and see the perspective of it. I'm sorry, honey. And change your perspective, and then come back and go, okay, what else do I need to do within this? She picked the volcano, relationships express and don't stagnate as the 3rd card. Look at that. Even in the fire coming down or going up, it shows a picture in there. I love that. So card number 3. Okay. Thank you. Relationships express, don't stagnate. And when I'm looking at this card, if you picked card number 3, you're really looking at the fact that, you know what, relationships can tend to mirror themselves. People mirror themselves. We find people and we attract people to us that are the same as us. Rarely do we attract people that are absolutely different from us to grow, to learn. But you look at your relationships. Are your relationships those that are pushing you, that are helping you to build a better you? Or are these relationships that are just same old, same old? You know what I mean? Having that best friend that you have just crazy adventures with and going further and doing more, it's probably a better friend for you than the one that's just holding your hands and drinking tea every day and doing nothing. And not to say that that friend's a bad one, but once in a while you have to look at and say, can we drink coffee? Can we drink Red Bull? Whatever, just to keep that evolving. You need your relationships are there to help push you, to help you grow, and to help you express who you are. So start looking at if you pick card number 3, it's time to start looking at some relationships and where you're at. Okay, that one's a side card. The card number 4 is the road is clear. You know what to do. Walk in your way. Walk it your way. Walk it your way. So card number 4, if we're looking at that, it's all about not looking at society. It's all about not looking at what other people think you should or should not do. It's all about, what are you doing? Just pick one. You're trying to find the perfect card? I think you're finding all the perfect cards. So if you pick card number 4, we have to go back to how to do this with her. But I'll tell you what, even though she's doing it this way, her way, I'm not going to tell her way is the wrong way, because it seems to be working. So the road is clear. Know what to do. Walk it your way. That really is. Stop looking at what other people's standards are. Stop looking at what other people think is right or wrong or indifferent. Why? Because your right is right for you. And that's what this is about. It's about you finding your path, you finding your way of doing something, and you pushing forward on your way. Only you know how to do what's in your brain, what's in your mind. So go for that. Next card. And this is our last one. Ooh, this is the last one. We only do 5
cards stud.
5 cards stud. The Hag Stone. Oh my gosh. Energy, shield, protection, inner strength.
Sometime it's 6 card stud. Because we do a bonus.
We do a bonus card, but we're not doing bonus cards right now. So the Hag Stone, energy, shield, protection, inner strength. If we looked at that one, I love this. The Hag Stone, people don't realize, if you look at this stone, that's a Hag Stone. It is a stone that has a hole through it. And they will tell you when you see a stone like this to pick it up and put it in your pocket and carry it with you always. Why? Because when you look through the hole, you will see your life as it really is, the reality of what life is. And that is really the truth of things. When it says energy, protection, inner strength, this is about going into yourself and knowing. It's about going into yourself. Thank you. It's about going into yourself and going, okay, this is what this is what I need in here, because it's not about going outside of yourself and finding other things to make things strong for you. It's not about somebody else doing stuff for you. It's not about somebody else protecting. It's not about somebody else at all. This card number 5, is about you going within yourself and you figuring this out for you. Okay. What you're going through, nobody else can help you with this. This really is, the answers have to come from within. So card number 1 was weather the storms. Card number 2 was wisdom keeper. Card number 3 was the volcano. Card number 4 was the road is clear. And card number 4 is the Hag Stone. Now, when we look at all of these cards, I'm going to tell you what, you have a lot of change this week. We have tons of change going on this week, but this is a week of, are you going to embrace this change, or are you going to force and fight it and not allow the change to happen? Really, that's what it's about. But I will tell you what, this is the week that if you take some deep breaths and you go, you know what, I'm just going to embrace this. I'm just going to go, okay, what are we doing this, and move forward. You're going to find that a lot of things around you are changing, your relationships, how you view things. Life is, but you're going to go from being not clear in your head, not knowing what you're supposed to be doing, to everything becoming very clear. Going, oh my gosh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Oh my gosh, this week is going to be aha moments about literally going, wow, this is why I've gone through this. Wow, this is what has led up to this moment. And that's what this week's about. It's about change, embracing the change, and then seeing how different aspects of your life have gotten you to this point. So, only you can do this, guys.
Happy New Year!
That's what you've been waiting to say. So, see, guys, she pulled the cards the way she wanted to pull the cards. And was the reading not still perfect? Was it not just still perfect? Sometimes you just have to embrace the inner little girl in you and allow life to just happen and allow it to flow and know that it's going to be perfect the way you choose to do it. Not necessarily how everybody else chooses to do it. Huh? Do you have any words of wisdom?
Yeah!
What's your words of wisdom?
I don't know.
You don't know. It's probably great words of wisdom, huh? Because we never know. But as long as we keep pushing forward, what do we got? Everything?
Bad.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, that is our weekly reading this weekend. I have it off, I believe.
We
Although
will see you next week.
we are going into a new book for next week. Oh my gosh.
You
Wait.
put the book upside
I put the
down.
book upside down. Our 2025 that has been filling up. We are opening up January's calendar, guys. We already opened up January's calendar. So if you want to come in and get those readings in January, go to DeEtte.us. Go to DeEtte.us and feel free to book your readings, book your classes. If anybody out there in Facebook land knows how to get me back into my account, please let me know because I am clueless. Hello, Courtney. Hello, darling. Anybody that knows how to get me back into my account, that would be awesome. I got the okay to get back in, but without the 2-factor, I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, if you see me when you book something, you might see me there.
Yeah. Just to say hi. Yeah. Give your words of wisdom. Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe not. Who knows?
Well, bye-bye.
We're going to let her go.
Dun, 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 dun.
So, yes, we're starting a New Year's, guys.
Bye.
Okay.
My Stephanie said bye.
Her stubby said bye. So, we are going into the new year, new way of looking at things. This week, we are opening up the calendar for all of January. We're going to open it up into February so that people can book those readings and get off the wait list and kind of go forward with that. Private parties are always nice and available also, guys, but I want you guys to think about this next couple of days and make a resolution to be the best you that you possibly can for you. Don't think your waist has got to be smaller because that models us. Don't think you have to be smaller because we still talk smarter because we still talk about Einstein. But embrace you and who you want to be. See that, run with it, and make sure it makes you happy. With that being said, guys, we're going to have a great day. Have a great week. Happy New Year. And we'll see you again soon next week. Bye-bye.
There are psychic mediums, but there is nothing like DeEtte. Let's face it, we all struggle time and again. But if you seek the clarity you deserve, then you need to seek DeEtte. As a master teacher, DeEtte studied under international psychic medium Lisa Williams. Together, they not only help DeEtte better tap into spirit, but also build a long-lasting relationship. So many psychics tell us what we want to hear, and that just won't cut it with DeEtte. She tells you what you need to hear. No sugarcoating here. To book a reading with DeEtte is simple. Just visit her website, DeEtte.us. That's DeEtte.us. And follow the Yellow Brick Road to connect with DeEtte. Don't just sit there and ponder those questions. Ask them and let DeEtte guide you every step of the way. You need insight now, and DeEtte can help. Just visit DeEtte.us. That's DeEtte.us.